Now, they say that reading, writing, and arithmetic are the branches of the learning tree, but as far as quarterbacking goes, I guess the same three can be applied just as easily. Now, in this lesson, Frank is going to show you how to get an A, but it's not with the Jackson 5, it's with his Albany State Rams. With what he does on a football field, it would best be classified as the art of quarterbacking, showcasing everything you want to see from a player that's showing you he's ready for graduation. Going from college to the pro game is his next step, and I'm pretty sure you probably never heard of him, but then again, maybe you might. But this is why I'm here today, to bring you Frank Rivers' Small College Spotlight. Welcome to FootballGameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our 2015 NFL Draft Special. We're taking a look at Frank Rivers, the quarterback of Albany State, in our Small College Spotlight to see why Rivers is one of the most underrated prospects in the country. First, we're going to take a look at the ball placement of Rivers in here versus Tuskegee, which is a very good defense. You'll see him place the ball in between three defenders, and the reason why this was so impressive is because of the placement. Rivers put the ball where it needed to be to stop the receiver in his tracks, which helped protect both the receiver and, more importantly, the football. He didn't lead him into a big hit, which will be greatly appreciated by his wideouts. And later on in the game, you'll see a perfectly placed pass on a corner route that the wide receiver dropped. And this was an excellent throw because the wide receiver didn't have to break stride. Out of his break, he accelerated to the football, and it should have been a touchdown. Same situation here as in the first example. Rivers patiently goes through his progressions, and he spots the second crosser clearing open over the middle of the field. And instead of sacrificing his receiver to the football gods, he stops him in his tracks and moves the chains. And to wrap up this portion, here's another flawless throw for a touchdown. So when you look at the placement of Rivers' passes, I believe he definitely checks out in that area. I mentioned the art of quarterbacking earlier, and this is what I'm talking about. Number one, being able to go through your progressions. Rivers goes through three options before hitting option number 4 for the first down. Second, accuracy. Look at these throws versus Valdosta State, which is one of the premier programs in Division II. The receiver didn't break stride, and the ball was placed in the smallest of windows for the touchdown. Later on in the same game, Rivers recognizes the weak safety aligned in the middle of the field, which means he can take that shot deep down the sideline, and he delivers a perfectly placed pass once again, but this time the receiver drops it. And third, anticipation. You see that the ball is already gone before the wide receiver is out of his break. He catches it in stride and is able to bring it into the end zone for 6. By showcasing all of these traits consistently, you can tell that Rivers gets it from the neck up and was well coached at Albany State. Some other things that you look for is movement within the pocket, stepping up and keeping your eyes downfield. Rivers excels in that area. Too many times you see young quarterbacks want to bail after the first flash of opposing colors and take off, and Rivers understands that his legs are an asset and not a reliance, and that keeps the defense very honest and also allows him to dictate and operate efficiently within your offense. And finally, you want your quarterback to be calm in the face of pressure and not panic in certain situations. No matter what goes on around Rivers, he maintains composure, which brings clarity, and also he's able to operate very well. And that doesn't matter if it's a fumble snap or a blitz coming off the edge on third downs. Rivers shows calm and patience with a high level of execution. Next, you want to know if a guy that stands 6'6", 235 pounds can drive the football. Does he have the necessary arm? And Rivers definitely has that. And when you look at an example here, far hash throw to the opposite sideline on a 15-yard out that hits the receiver in stride. Textbook form as he sets up, shows good mechanics, and drills the throw. Again, far hash, opposite sideline, bottom of the numbers with accuracy. And finally, another example of the deep out that pro scouts look for. Rivers can make these throws routinely, whether they're in a clean pocket or on the move or under duress. He definitely has more than enough arm to satisfy any questions. In today's game, having a quarterback that can move makes it an 11-on-11 game and dictates what looks you're going to get from a pressure standpoint from a defense. And Rivers has above average mobility to make plays outside of the framework of design, and that helps an offense stay on the field and move the chains. And ask any defensive coordinator, who would they rather face, a statue in the pocket or a guy with mobility and escapability? And the answer will always be the stationary guy. Rivers' size and mobility is another box you can check off regarding his skills. So there you have it, a lesson in quarterbacking taught to you by Albany State's Frank Rivers. He takes his lessons on the road from Grambling, Louisiana to Albany, Georgia, and hopefully to a professional football team near you. So again, as I always preach, traits translate. Don't get caught up on the name on the front of the jersey, the decal on the side of the helmet. Look at the skills that the player possesses and make your judgments off that. And when you look at the 6'6", 235-pound quarterback out of Albany State, he definitely has more than enough talent to succeed as a pro.